Welcome back. I'm Tony Regisford, and I'm chatting with Adonald Foyle. Adonald, the path to an academic achievement and the whole thing of your superstardom in NBA. In 1999, you did graduate with a degree in history.
Right.
Was history something that you just said you wanted to do law, but and you always saw yourself as that? Why history?
Well, one of the things that was very interesting growing up in the Caribbean is that I learned more about British history and other kind of history than I did about Caribbean history. So it was very interesting. I had a professor that visited from Trinidad and Tobago teaching Caribbean history. And I remember going into the class and I remember being amazed that I didn't know about our own heritage, so to speak. Is that because by the time when I got to primary school and beyond, we had moved away from the Carib and the Arawaks, and we had stopped, doing a lot of local history.
Right.
We started doing British history, we started doing world history. And therefore, I felt like, I was discovering myself in a way. So I've always wanted to do law, but I thought, you know what? I need to know where I came from. I need to understand my heritage. I need to understand my path. And I felt like this was the first opportunity I had to study something about me and where I came from and where people like me came from, and learn about about our place in history.
Of course, history is something. It can be very subjective depending on who's written the material.
Yes.
How much of your course, that undergraduate course, really addressed correctly your origins?
Well, I think what was fun about it is that when you're at a university, more than anything, what they teach you to do is to never take anything at value. So, so every book you read, you have to read it with a critical eye, and you read it to debunk it. So what they try to do is to have you be a detective of sorts. So they give you several different take and the same perspective.
Good.
And they say, okay, now, come up with your truth. Come up with your understanding of what you think happened. There's people that you trust. There's people that have not applied timely scholarly work to the books. How do you judge them? There's people written from autobiographical positions. There's people written from memoir kind of positions. So how do you look at this body of knowledge and come up with your own truths? And I think more than necessarily coming up with my truth is understanding how people think back at that time, what material was available, what did they write, and how the message was left, who have the opportunity to mess with that message. So you learn how to think critically more than anything else.
Good. Now, so that's the degree in history. What have you done postgraduate wise? So
part of I always, with my parents and my step-parents, I always feel like I'm in negotiations. So I remember my first day in the NBA, I just got run over by Kevin Garnett. I don't remember what happened in the game. And I came out of the game and I was telling my step-parents, I'm like, wow, I'm going to do better in the next game. We have 82 games left in the season. And the question that came out of their mouth was not how the next game was going to be, was, so what are you going to do when you finish basketball? I'm like, this is my first year in the league. What do you mean, what am I going to do when I finish basketball? But that's always been the style.
That's always been the style.
So I said, okay, well, I'm going to go down to one of the local colleges and see what kind of courses they offer and see if anything interests me. And I went there and I actually started doing sports psychology. So I started my master's degree in sports psychology, which I just graduated a month ago. And
congratulations.
I have one course left.
So
yes, I did it. I did sports psychology.
Excellent. Yeah. I'm going to ask you a small question, but it probably requires a fairly big answer. It's a chance for me to just shut up and listen to you. Tell our viewers, just take us through your NBA career. What were the highlights? What were the pinnacle moments of this illustrious and successful career that Adonald Foyle has had in basketball?
Well, I remember when I was drafted, I was told that I wouldn't last very long in the NBA. All the pundits says that you would never last. So I thought, okay, so that was my first challenge. My second challenge was I was on a very, very bad team because we, being in the top, as I said, 15 players, you're going to get drafted to a team that has lost the year before.
Yeah.
So we came in on a team, and I thought we had a pretty good team. But my first year in the league, if many people could remember, Latrell Sprewell choked the coach. And basically, I remember coming home telling my parents, you would not believe what just happened. Our coach just got choked in practice by a player. Mm-hmm. And that literally completely destroyed my first year in the league. Second with that, I broke my foot right out before I signed a contract, anything. So I come into the first season, like coming back from an injury, dealing with all of this and the media and the scrutiny that followed that. So
Yes.
the first year was completely lost. So in looking at the totality of my game, of the 13 years experience, the things that I'm most grateful for and the highlights that I think I carry, one is that I prove that at every night I can play with the best players in the world.
Okay.
From Tim Duncan to David Robinson to Akeem Olajuwon. I played against Patrick Ewing, some of the most amazing basketball players night in and night out, and held my own for 13 years. Yeah, so that was huge. I got an amazing education being the first vice president of the union. Negotiating across the table with David Stern over my 13-year career. I've always been involved in the union, and I got as high as being the first vice president of the union. So I've been part of the negotiation of the lockout in 97, 98,
Okay.
and I was part of this negotiation until I retired. So I've got an opportunity to learn politics from the best of the best, from Billy Hunter, arguably one of the best labor negotiation people around, and David Stern, somebody who has taken the league from nothing to turn it into a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Right.
So to sit across the table and have conversation with people of that magnitude, I felt like I have been in a laboratory just learning science and learning how to do politics.
So it was as much off the court as it was on the court.
As it is, and I think for me, I've always tried to have a balance because I always knew, and I think probably one of the difficulties that guys have when they leave basketball is they don't have, it's like a vacuum exists off the court because they haven't spent as much time developing the off the court stuff as they do the after. I mean, the one reality of an NBA career is that you're gonna retire. You have to retire.
Yeah.
If the average career is 3.7 years, that means you're gonna be retired like 22 years of age. What are you gonna do for the rest of their life? So I think sometimes guys don't spend as much time doing the off the court stuff, and I always felt that balance was critical, to my development. I mean, there are moments when I had scored 20 points. I had, like close to triple-double and many times.
Right.
I mean, I think those are just the basketball moments. But I think the fulfilling moment is when the duality between what happened on the court and off the court merge, and to give you an understanding that will take you a little bit farther into the future.
Well, that's a pretty good way to put it in terms of the duality as you term it. What happens off the court, how you develop as an individual, the life skills that you learn, and you're able to have that academic background which you pursued, and then of course your skills at basketball. So all of that, I would say, has added up to a success story. The success story, however, has a lot to do with character, and your character, certainly today, you seem to be well-grounded, level-headed, and I mean all of this throughout your heady achievements. You've been able to remain focused, and I dare say selfless. Now you have a foundation, and we're going to get on to talk about that foundation. Before we start talking about that foundation, in 2001, I think it was, you had this advocacy for what was the cause?
Campaign finance reform. Yeah.
Finance reform, okay, and you actually started a movement called Democracy Matters, and that sounds to me like you're embarking on some sort of political drive, and this is back in 2001.
Yes.
What was that all about?
Well, it was really out of a challenge. I remember I was in a philosophy and religion class in college, and the question came up as to whether or not our generation was apathetic.
Right.
And I argued that there was something else going on besides apathy. Because to me, apathy means that you don't care about something, you don't care, and therefore I was looking at kids that were participating in soup kitchen, they were working for Habitat for Humanity, they were traveling and working with the poor around the world. So I'm like, that is not apathy, something else is going on. So when I retired, when I left the college and went to the NBA, my first year there, I decided that I wanted to test this theory about whether or not our generation was apathetic. And what I did, I started this foundation. It's a political organization that basically says that people are not apathetic. There is a sense of hopelessness that they experience because everything in the political system is about how much money you have, that you have to pay to play. So what college students have is debt and a whole mountain of debt, trying to find a job, trying to find a way. So they don't have any money. So of course they're not going to participate in a system that they believe is rigged, that believe that is driven by money. So we wanted to find a way to say, okay, if young people had the opportunity to really take back their democracy, would they do it? So we try to get young people sign up to vote. We establish campuses and we establish chapters in college campuses across the United States. So Democracy Matters is like a student organization that motivates and encourages kids to take back the democracy, to get back into the political system and fundamentally change it from within with their numbers.
Is that still going?
We're still going strong. I think we're about at 90 campuses right now.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. We're at the end of our third section. I'm going to dedicate the last section coming up, to your foundation, the Kerosene Lamp Foundation. So when we come back, you're looking at Unrendered. We're going to our final break. When we come back, we'll be into the final segment with Adonald Foyle.